Impressive height. The only reason Cantal didn't grow any taller is that it erupted only about 1/20th as often as Mount Etna in Italy did. The reason why this volcano did not die off so geologic setting quickly relates to its geologic setting. In this part of southern France, in fact in multiple portions of Central Europe, recent volcanoes which formed such as Chaîne des Puys and Cantal were controlled by passive rifting in the European Cenozoic rift system. More specifically, the section of the rift system known as the Massif Central Rift. Rifting in this region waxes and wanes, with magma from an uncertain mantle source only finding its way to the surface through paths of least resistance perpendicular to spreading direction during periods of increased rifting. The first eruptions of the Cantal volcano occurred 12.5 million years ago, when effusive and mildly explosive basaltic eruptions originated from a series of scattered vents within a volcanic field. This occurred along a northwest to southeast trend, forming scattered plateaus from low-viscosity lavas which traveled fairly far from their source, building a base that the later volcano would grow upon. Then, 10.5 million years ago, specific batches of alkali magma that lava domes had spent significant time in the crust in what would later become the center of the volcano had experienced fractional crystallization and became far more viscous. As a result, some of this magma would eventually rise to the surface, creating highly explosive eruptions that would form both trachyte and rhyolite lava domes. Several of these domes would experience large collapses, releasing pyroclastic flows in Merapi-type Volcanian eruptions which incinerated the landscape main cone building stage downslope in a range of multiple kilometers. By 9.5 million years ago, eruptive activity began to rapidly escalate in frequency, with viscous trachyandesite lavas erupting in mildly explosive eruptions to build a gray-colored stratocone. Over the next 2.5 million years, a tall gray 11,000-foot high peak with a central crater would be constructed, with almost continuous degassing at its summit, dark black lava flows on its flanks, and light-colored lava domes occasionally dotting its highest points. While this cone was only 23 kilometers or 14.3 miles wide, debris fans it became so steep that it became structurally unstable. As a result, eruptions would occur alongside highly frequent small and medium-scale landslides and lahars, with erosion from wind and water distributing this material to form a 70-kilometer-wide debris fan. Debris avalanches became increasingly common after long pauses in eruptive activity. The volcano collapses, causing weak slopes to become more and more steep. Some scattered mildly explosive to fright eruptions also occurred throughout this period, forming scattered cinder cones. Then, 7 million years ago, a quarter of the volcano translating to more than 35 cubic kilometers of material dramatically collapsed all at once to the southwest, traveling as much as 35 kilometers from its source. This scoured much of the underlying landscape, leaving behind deep canyons and ravines which still remain in the landscape today. After this, cone-building volcanism largely ceased, with another recent basalt-strong period of basaltic volcanism beginning 6.9 million years ago. These basaltic lava flows would largely cover the debris fan deposits, forming cinder cones, maars, and volcanic necks which can still be seen in the landscape at the present. The last such eruption from this complex occurred on its outskirts approximately 2 million years ago. During the Pleistocene Ice Age, glaciers covered an area of 1,672 square kilometers of the volcano, deepening and widening pre-existing drainages into U-shaped valleys. As a final note, I would like to thank my new YouTube channel member Dragons and Dragons for supporting my work.